One thing we have to stop doing is we have to stop bundling African culture, at least when we discuss it in Western civilization context, like it's one thing, like it's one monolith, right? When it's a bunch of different cultures within one overarching like culture. In comparison to African American culture, like when they talk about the two sides, like African culture versus African American culture. Because when you really think about it, at least in terms of the West, right? Like, for example, let's go back. What commonalities does somebody from Nigeria and somebody from Ethiopia really share? Like, they have some, but they're two completely different cultures from each other. There's certain overarching themes you may see, right? But those themes you can actually, if you hang around African Americans, you see those themes as well. Now, don't get me wrong. People kind of make it this thing because when Africans come to the United States from their countries, they come into positions and they end up in positions where maybe they don't speak the most fluent English, or their English has an accent with it, or they speak multiple languages, or they dress a certain way, or they have certain connotations they believe of the society, certain things they stay away from, you know what I mean? These type of things, foods they eat, like different regions of Africa share certain commonalities together, like West Africa and jollof rice, or East Africa and like eating things with bread, you know what I mean? Like injera bread, just things like that, right? Or the Kenyas and the southern countries, some call it ugali. Well, that's one thing we all share. Some people say ugali. In the south, they call it nshima. Some people call it sadza. West Africa, we call it fufu. You know what I mean? But either way, right? So it's like, we got to stop saying like, oh yeah, the Africans in comparison to African Americans. When we really have to think about it, like, African American culture is a culture within the black scope. Like, it's just like how we think about Jamaicans or Haitians. It's like, all right, boom, you got the African American culture, right? And this is one country of the 54 black countries, or 54 black cultures, or however you want to consider it, you know what I mean? But we can't make it like, oh yeah, the Africans, and then you got the African Americans, because then we make it like it's two distinct different things, when it's like they're different, but they're also very similar. And even within the African group, you got a lot of differences. You get what I'm saying? But it's all the same people. It's one love, man. But y'all tell me what y'all think.
Living a dream, living the African dream.
Are you planning to travel, relocate, or invest in Africa? Before making permanent decisions, equip yourself with the knowledge you need to make informed choices. Africa 101 is your guide to relocating, investing, and living in Africa. This is your essential resource, covering the basics and must-know insights to guide you confidently. Download your guide now at panafricanlifestyle.com and take the first step toward a thriving future in the motherland.